Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Elliot, and this is another episode of Urban Sage Teachings 101. So, I'm down here in Boyle Heights getting some clothing made, and I saw this mural. And it really sparked this idea in me about how what we think the product of our actions will be is nowhere near the extent of what the product of our actions will actually be, right? So, being attuned with who you are is going to allow you to see your actions till completion, so then you can really reap the rewards of them. So, like, John Lennon and Yoko Ono assumably had no comprehension of what their actions would have created. But because they expressed who they truly are, they changed, they created, they inspired. And the thing is, they're human just like you and I are. And we have the potential to create a world far beyond what we think is possible if we believe in who we truly are, right? And express who we are into our world with authenticity and with genuine behavior, right? When you start to really express your true essence and you really impress that onto your environment, amazing things get to happen. I mean, just this mural itself is a representation of someone expressing who they truly are. And because they made this mural, I get to make this video. And hopefully, because of this video, you become inspired to do something far beyond what you're doing right now. And in that moment, the essence of creation is developed and grown. And really, honestly, like, that's the whole essence of Urban Sage, right? Whoever made this mural is an Urban Sage. Yoko Ono and John Lennon are Urban Sages. I'm an Urban Sage. You're an Urban Sage. When you take your essence of who you are and you impress it onto your environment, when you use your gifts to inspire others, when you use your essence, your true self, to improve the life of another person, you become an Urban Sage, right? And the product of that is far beyond what is conceivable, right? Like, whomever made this mural, I'm gonna guess, had no comprehension that there was gonna be this video made because of it, right? And I have no comprehension of what you're gonna do because I'm making this video. And that is the majesty that unfolds within being a part of who you truly are. When you really express your true self, the abundance that gets to come from that is so like inconceivable, right? Like, when you really genuinely care for others and you do that in a way by expressing who you truly are, amazing things, amazing events, amazing creations come from that. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. I like your outfit. You too, bro. We're both wearing all black. It's like the LA uniform, right? But really being genuine in your expression and in your experiences, and really contributing to wherever you are authentically and genuinely, allows far beyond what you can anticipate to be created. So as you're moving through your life and you're coming in contact with obstacles that you couldn't have foreseen when you first began, know for yourself that just as you couldn't comprehend the obstacles that you're encountering, you can also comprehend the product of your actions, right? So allow that to inspire some faith, inspire some trust and hope within you. So as you're moving forward in experiencing these obstacles and these difficulties, you can believe in the product of your actions more than the strength of the obstacles, because obstacles are real, like emotions and thoughts and behaviors and oppositions and difficulties. They're real. They really are, right? It's hard. But just because something is hard doesn't mean that it's impossible to move through and overcome. So when you know within yourself that what you're doing will create far beyond what you think is possible. The ability to move through those obstacles, those difficulties, those oppositions becomes a lot more effortless. It becomes much easier to move through these obstacles. And then something amazing can be the product of your actions, right? Only because you expressed who you genuinely are. And honestly, that is the majesty of being alive. When you get to impress your authentic identity into the world so it can create something of majesty for somebody else. I mean, what else is there to live for, really? You know, and I get how, you know, me saying this is one thing, and actually implementing, authentically expressing yourself in your life is another. And I get that, right? And it's difficult. But just like I said, things that are difficult are not impossible. You can move through things that are difficult. You can move through opposition with a level of trust and security within yourself. And what is really going to allow that to happen is in understanding who you are, right? You know, in my last video, I talked about how it's really essential to identify the two types of self, the deceptive self and the true self, so you can move through the life that you don't want into the life that you do want, right? And then in the life that you want, you have some responsibility. That's the causes and conditions. You can have a life that you want, but there's going to be some responsibility for living it, right? And that responsibility is you have to do something with it. And when you utilize who you are, that life that you want, in thought of somebody else, in thought of someone else's improvement, you are fulfilling the responsibility that you have to uphold in having the life that you want. You can't have the life that you want and do nothing meaningful with it, right? They exist synonymously with each other. They like left has to exist with the right. Like without the right, the left is just nothing, right? It's just the thing, right? So the providing to others that allows you to providing to others is what creates the life that you want to live, right? Without providing to others, the life that you're living isn't one that's meaningful, right? It happens it's synonymously. It happens. They support each other. So, in saying that, like, you have to live a life that you want, you have to contribute who you are to other people, right? And the product of that will give you a life of amazement and majesty and abundance that you can't comprehend right now, right? But the prerequisite for living the life that is fueled by expressing your gifts is you have to know what your gifts are, right? Whomever painted this mural knew I'm an artist, I'm creative, I can express myself in an artistic way, and I can do that in a way that will allow other people to appreciate that and come in contact with that so they can improve their life, so they can do something with it. And so you have to do the same thing. You have to sit with yourself. You have to take some time to identify who is your authentic true self, who is genuinely you, right? Really distinguish these attributes and aspects of who you are, so then you can use them to impress. You can use them to improve the life of another person. You can impress who you are into your environment, so a life far beyond what you think is conceivable can be created. And so, in taking the beginning is more difficult. The beginning is more unfamiliar. You know, you start to sit with yourself and you start to think about who you truly are, and you come to conclude a few aspects of yourself, like you're musically inclined, or you have like some scientific capabilities, or you know, you have an athletic skill, and you start to think to yourself, none of these are ever going to improve the life of somebody else. And when you think that, think about what inspires you. Think about the people that have created a sense of... Think about the people who have created a sense of inspiration in you, right? And acknowledge that those people were just using their gifts to inspire you. And do the same thing. Use your gifts to inspire others, right? So when you start to distinguish these things about yourself and you think that they're really nothing special, know for yourself that what you have identified in yourself are the same things in other people that have inspired you. Because you can create a world of really amazement. You can create a world that is really worth living for, really full of purpose and meaning and value and substance. You know, I said the other day that the hardest decision a person will ever have to make is whether to move forward or away from who they truly are. But when you step into who you truly are, you have the ability to live a life that you are truly meant to be a part of, that people are really truly meant to be a part of. So take some time with yourself, identify what your gifts are, and know that just because you can't conceive what the product of your expression of your gifts will be, that the product of their actual expression will be far beyond what you can conceive they will be. So move forward with trust and hope in yourself that you can create something far beyond what you can imagine right now. You can live a life far beyond what you think is possible right now, and all it takes is some time spent with yourself. So spend some time alone. Ask yourself, what are my traits? What are my skills? What allows me to succeed more than others? What allows me to express myself more genuinely? What gives me joy? What gives me happiness? What is the expression of my true identity? What behavior do I take that is effortless? And use that to improve the life of somebody else, and the product of that will be something amazing. And that's it. Like, that's an amazing life. That's something really amazing that you get to do for yourself and for others. And in that, the totality of what is created is something amazing, right? Something that improves your life and someone else's is really a miracle. So go take some time with yourself. Think about who you are and how you can impress your gifts to improve the life of someone else, and in that you become an urban sage, right? So thank you guys for watching. I hope you got a lot out of it. Please drop a like, a comment, share, subscribe. If you got something out of it, I know someone else would too. So thank you guys, and until next time, my name's Elliot, and this is another episode of Urban Sage Teachings 101. Peace.